So we're finally here. I had this idea literally like last night. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Um, so we are going to initially this is gonna be just like a Shonen Jump like tier list, woo. But then like half the issue is half the series on these tier lists I don't know. So I'm like, I know of them, but I've never read them. So it's like, I can't really rank most of them. So it's like, well, why don't I just read them in the Shonen Jump app and just go through all of those? Because in that app, every single first chapter is free. A few of the one-shots, though, are not free to read. And I won't be reading any of those. Only because I don't... That's not, like, free and available to everyone on their app. And since we are going to have the pages up, we're only going to have, like, the first chapters that are free up. Just so that way there's nothing crazy going on, you know? That and some of the one-shots are, like, the whole volume. And I'm like, I'm not going to read the whole volume on stream. We're just going to read the first chapter. And we're going to do tier lists based on the first impression of that. And then I might just talk about, like, my thoughts on it a little bit here and there, too. I have a very strong inkling this will not be finished in one stream. Because there's 248 series. I think about 10 of them I probably can't read on stream. But that's still 200. So, how we're going to rank them is going to be, I read it and then I'm instantly hooked. So good. Like, I want to read more. I'm very disappointed that I'll have to, like, not read more. And we'll have to move on to another series, but be like, I want to go read more. That'd be instantly hooked. I'm intrigued, meaning I do want to keep reading. They got, like, I'm not, like, so hooked where I'm like, I have to read what happens next. But it's like, okay, like, I'm interested. I want to read more. Like, this is pretty good, okay? Just not as strong as, like, the other feeling, but still, like, positive. Has potential, meaning I'm interested to see where this goes. I am interested in reading more, but it's not, like, as a high priority to read more, because it has potential. And, like, I could see this going really, really well. 3-chapter rule means, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I would have to give it, like, 3 chapters to see, like, if I really feel like continuing this and if this is for me. Usually first volume's, like, 4 or 5 chapters, so that's, like, most of a volume. So, but we're not going to read 3 chapters. That's just going to be, like, after chapter 1, I'm going to give it 3 chapters. I'm not sure. Means, like, I don't really know if I want to give it the 3-chapter rule, because I really don't know if I'm going to like it that much. But, you know, I could be wrong. First impressions are first impressions. Meh is, do I have to keep reading, kind of? Like, I don't really want to. And then D's did not care for it. It's not written for me. I don't care to continue it. For whatever reason. Like, I just didn't care for it. Doesn't mean it's bad. This doesn't mean it's bad. This is just, like, my opinion. We're not saying, like, series are good or bad. This is just if I would keep reading them on the Shonen Jump app. So that's it. So then here's all the images. And I want to say, I just want to put this out there. I painstakingly, for like an hour and a half last night, put these in alphabetical order. I did not want to go hunting for images. And I spent a lot of time last night hunting for images as I was like, let's sort them and find the series. I'm glad I did that last night. And I was praying to the computer god so my computer would not restart in my sleep and undo all the work I just did. And it did. I was going to do this earlier. I had some like life stuff to do though. So, but essentially we're going to go through each series on the Shonen Jump app in alphabetical order. I am very purposely not logged into my account for 2 reasons. One, it's going to bury the progress of everything I'm actually reading, like in the middle of reading. And number 2 is that it will be a little bit more clear of what stuff is not available to read for free. So then I know I get to skip that one. It's just going to make it easier. No mistakes happen that way, you know. It's just overall better. And the best part about reading on the computer is that anything that's like 18 plus technically is also on here. Yeah. So, if I encounter that and you are watching and you know, please give me a warning so I know that I need to like censor the screen a little bit. I don't have a censor prepared, but like I can make something work. All right. So, without further ado, let's begin. And again, I apologize for the groggy voice. Still going through that cough, and it's just really affecting my voice. Woo! And we're also doing like some technical experimenting too in the background, so we'll see how that goes too. Cool. Yay! All right. So the very first series is, I think it's Seventh Garden. I know nothing about this series other than every time I look for a series, it's number 1 on the list because it is an alphabetical order and it begins with a number. Also, she's very pretty. I just want to say, like, she's very pretty. All right. The battle between powerful angels and sexy demons. It's this 18 plus. Not that it matters if it's 18 plus, you know. But we'll go ahead and we're gonna read it and then we'll talk about it and then we'll rank it. All right, here. And if I'm silent during reading, it's just because I'm trying to do it here. You might not be able to read it perfectly, but that's fine because that kind of helps on the copyright part. Okay. I'm just trying to get a perspective. Okay. I just want to point out he's hot. Sorry. Let me continue. Stop. Okay, stop. That's a cute face. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's actually kind of hilarious, just based off experiences from today, that this has a high religious theme to start us off. It's a little funny. Wait. Is that, how do you say that? Is it figure? Is it figure or is it like figure? Oh, she's cute. Hold up. They get that close. Oh, shit. a kiss. It's always a kiss, man. Nothing wrong with that, though. The art is so pretty, though. Oh, this is a long first chapter. Okay. I'm a little scared for this girl. I don't know. I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling. It's because she likes him. That's obvious. Oh, see, something's brewing. Oh, looks are deceiving. I like this, just the sudden realization that, like, crosses don't do shit. That's so funny. Oh no, this is not adding to my unease. Oh, a backstory? Oh no. Oh no, no. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. Please be wrong. Please let me be wrong. You have a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling about this, sir. Oh, he made it. Oh, that doesn't mean anything yet. Oh no. Oh no. 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 Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, so she turned into that. Okay. There's some really good art in this. Seventh card. Okay, simple enough. So that's the. See here. All right, and that's chapter 1. Okay, so my initial thoughts. All right, is at first I was a little worried because I was like, I not gonna lie, like first few like pages, I had a little trouble getting into it. I was like, okay, like sometimes when lore drops, like and you're like, here you go. Sometimes it's a lot. I was worried it was gonna be really lengthy, and I was really glad it wasn't. So Spidey senses activated. That was one thing. The art's gorgeous. I will say, one of my critiques on it is that so there's two things that are like that really stand out to me with the series. And first one is that the action or some of the like movement is a little difficult to follow, to me at least. Like it was like I was like, oh, he's doing stuff, but I, even though the art's really pretty, I couldn't tell exactly what was going on. The big panel pages I could tell, but I couldn't really tell like the smaller ones or the ones where there's a lot of panels on the page. I do think that the first chapter that was enough to give us, you know, characters introduce it, enough to give us invested into it, enough to understand the world and to see where this is going forward. So I think it did a really good job setting up for the whole series. Very strong contender. But this is just a small, you might see this as a theme, but small pet peeve of mine. With some, it's not pet peeve because I've seen this happen well, but it's always cautionary for me. When you read the first chapter and it's really good, but then you know that what's going to come afterwards is going to be very different from that first chapter because that was set up for the rest of the plot of the story, which is what this does. Because you know, okay, now he has this goal and he has to go find these things, but he's no longer all of the setting we were introduced to, except for like the base background plot, is it's not relevant to the rest of the story. It's relevant to get the story going, but it's not fully relevant. It might be relevant in like maybe something like later on as a tie-in, but for the immediate like going forward, it's not relevant. Like I said, it's not a bad thing, but it's not a like. It's something that like cautions me. It makes me hesitant to keep going. But I am interested because I would like to see what this looks like. Art's really, really pretty. The character is like adorable, but also like that Fury was like, okay, I see you. His backstory, the little glimpse we got into his backstory was interesting. Overall, I would say I'm intrigued. It wasn't like it has potential. Like, I'm intrigued. I would like to read more. Is it going to be like one of the first series I dive into on this list? Like after all these streams? Absolutely not. But it was interesting that I would easily be able to like go back into it and be like, okay. I like the art, so that's a big plus because sometimes art can be a deterrent if you don't care for certain styles, but I do like this style. Definitely is more on like the Shonen Jump Plus side of things. So that's just interesting. So Seventh Garden, I'm intrigued. All right, I'd be willing to like go forward into it. It is, from what I can tell, a shorter series. So that also is a little worrying because sometimes it's a shorter series. Usually it means it stopped at a short amount of time. But I don't know if this ran in Jump or if this ran in a sister magazine. That's the hard part with Shonen Jump. It could go either way. Thank you so much for tuning in to my reaction and ranking of Seventh Garden. If you haven't already, please check out the series on the Shonen Jump app. If you want to see more reactions like these, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing. Bye-bye!